After 6 long weeks, the UFC is finally back, and it's a banger of a card, too. Pay-per-view, PLE, numbered event, whatever the hell you want to call it. We don't care. No time to waste. Let's get into it. First fight of the night, we got Arnold Allen taking on John Silva. So Arnold Allen is 20-3. That is 11-2 in the UFC. Silva is 16-3. That is 5-1 in the UFC. Arnold Allen has lost 2 of his last 3 fights. John Silva is coming off that loss to Diego Lopez. He was on a 13-fight win streak before that. Arnold Allen will be turning 32 this week, perhaps today, maybe tomorrow. John Silva, 29 years old. You know, ring rust could be a factor here. There's a lot going on, but I'm still going to take Arnold Almighty Allen as a dog here. Plus 240. Let's fucking go, AAA. He'll have a slight height and reach advantage. He has better striking defense, and he gets hit. Silva gets hit twice as often. Doesn't usually wrestle either, Arnold Allen. Definitely not someone you're like, oh, he's known for his grappling. But he has taken down 5 different opponents in the UFC. And I feel like John Silva's weakness is clearly the wrestling. He's been susceptible to takedowns. Been taken down 4 times in his last 2 fights. I'm not saying we're going to get an Arnold Allen like wrestle fuck here. I'm just saying, you know, I like his chances on the feet. And then even if they try and mix it up, you know, maybe he throws in some takedowns there, wins a couple rounds. I like the price here. Plus 240 on Arnold Allen. I know he hasn't fought in a year and a half. I know John Silva's a fucking dog, no pun intended. But, damn, dude. I just like the price on that too much, and I got to go with Arnold Allen here. If you guys are looking for anything else to take, the over 1.5 is minus 260, so you'd have to parlay it. But Allen has hit it in 3 straight fights, and Silva's hit it in 3 of his last 4 fights, so probably likely there. Another prop I like is John Silva by decision at plus 200. Hear me out here. Only 1 of his 16 pro wins have come by decision, but he just got knocked out his last time out. Maybe he comes in a little slower. Maybe we see, you know, a different John Silva this time out. Also, Arnold Allen never been finished before, so maybe he's hard to get out of there. We don't really know. Fight end by KO is plus 130 if anyone likes that. 7 of Allen's 23 pro fights have ended by KO and 13 of Silva's 19 pro fights have ended by KO. That is 48% combined. Not the greatest percentage there, but it's plus money, so, you know. Next fight of the night, we got another Silva, Natalia Silva, taking on Rose Namajunas. Natalia is 19-5-1. That is 7-0 in the UFC. Rose Namajunas is 14-7. That is 12-6 in the UFC across strawweight and flyweight. This will obviously be at flyweight, where she is 3-2 in the UFC. Silva has won 13 straight fights. Rose has won 3 of her last 4 fights. Natalia Silva, 28 years old. Rose Namajunas still just 33 years old. I guess she's getting up there, but still 33. I feel like she's been around forever. I'm going to take fight goes the distance here. Those of you who have been around for a while know you never take that prop, Luke. That's because I would much rather take an over 2.5, but I couldn't get a parlay at plus money with the over 2.5, so I had to settle for fight goes the distance. It's minus 350. Silva's gone the distance in 4 straight fights, and Rose has gone the distance in 7 straight fights. So, you know, I feel confident this goes the distance. I still would just like that extra, those 2.5 minutes to not worry about. You know, I like the over 2.5 rather than the full fight, but either way, we'll ride with it. If you guys are looking for anything else, I mean, how about these odds on Rose Namajunas? Are we fucking kidding here? Plus 350? They're too crazy. She's a former champion. She's leaned heavily on her wrestling last few fights. Silva has been taken down twice before. Just saying, could see a path here. Do love the spread bet, by the way, guys. I think it just dropped today. It's like minus 115. I don't have much to break down on it other than, I mean, I'm telling you to take Rose as a dog. So obviously Rose with the plus 3.5, plus 5.5. These are all likely things. I could totally see a 29-28 unanimous or a splitty here. Either way, I think Rose could cover the spread. If not, possibly get the upset. Natalia Silva by decision is minus 155, so you'd have to parlay it. But 5 of her 7 UFC wins have come by decision, including 4 straight. And Rose has lost by decision 5 times before, including her last 3 losses. Next fight of the night, I feel like it's flying under the radar. Salsa boy Waldo Cortes-Acosta taking on Derrick Lewis. Cortes-Acosta is 16-2. That is 9-2 in the UFC. Derrick Lewis is 29-12 with 1 no contest. That is 20-10 in the UFC. Waldo Cortes-Acosta has won 7 of his last 8 fights. Derrick Lewis has won 3 of his last 4 fights. Salsa boy, 34 years old. Derrick Lewis, 40 years old. I was tempted here. I was definitely tempted to take Derrick Lewis. I'm going to hopefully play it safe. Take fight does not go the distance at minus 240. 9 of Waldo Cortes-Acosta. I'm obviously going to parlay it. 9 of Waldo Cortes-Acosta's 18 pro fights have knocked on the distance, and 35 of Derrick's 42 pro fights have knocked on the distance. That is 73% combined. You guys know I look for like 65% or higher on these, so 73%, we riding with it. Let's go. If you're looking for anything else to take, fight end by KO, if you want a little extra off the top, is minus 210. 8 of Waldo Cortes-Acosta's 18 pro fights have ended by KO, and 31 of Derrick's 42 pro fights have ended by KO. That is 65% exactly, so I like the odds on that as well. I mentioned I was tempted to take Derrick Lewis as a dog here. I mean, plus 285. It's a heavyweight fight, too. You always got to remember it's a heavyweight fight. He gets hit less often. He'll have a slight reach advantage. He has almost twice the amount of UFC fights than Cortes-Acosta has professional fights. And he's got that fuck you power, man. Derrick Lewis will put your lights out with one shot. I mean, I do think Cortes-Acosta is better. He's younger. He's quicker. Like, I'm throwing a little on Derrick Lewis. I got it. Last but not least, the over 1.5 is minus 130, so you'd have to parlay it. Cortes-Acosta's hit it in 5 of his last 7, and Derrick's hit it in 2 of his last 3. Co-main event. Wasn't supposed to be the co-main, but now it is. Sean O'Malley taking on Song Yadong. So O'Malley is 18-3 with 1 no contest. That is 10-3 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Song Yadong is 22-8-1 with 1 no contest. That is 11-3-1 in the UFC. Sean O'Malley has lost 2 straight fights. They both came to Merab Dvalishvili, though. Not bad losses whatsoever. Song Yadong has won 3 of his last 4 with his lone loss in that span coming to the champ, Petr Yan. So also not a bad loss whatsoever. Sean O'Malley, 31 years old. Song Yadong still just 28 years old. I'm riding with Sugar Sean O'Malley here. Money line. Got him at minus 180. I parlayed it with Fight Goes the Distance and Silva Namajunas. Gets me plus 100. Don't love this parlay, guys. First of all, I had to settle for the Fight Goes the Distance rather than the over 2.5 on Silva Namajunas. Second of all, I thought the odds would be a little closer here. I almost tempted myself into Song Yadong, and then I was like, all right, slow your roll. But anyways, Sean O'Malley, he lands more strikes per minute. He gets hit less often. He'll also have a 5-inch reach advantage. Song, feel like he comes up short every time he gets a chance at the top of the division. You know, the Yan fight, the Corey fight. I feel like O'Malley's probably still in that top tier, and Song's probably going to fall short. You know, it's just what I'm feeling. If you're looking for anything else, take the over 2.5 is minus 250, so you'd have to parlay it. O'Malley's hit it in 4 of his last 5 fights, and Yadong has hit it in 5 straight fights. And O'Malley by decision is plus 125. Only 5 of his 18 pro wins have come by decision, but 2 of his last 3 have come by decision. Could also see him playing it a little safe. He's looking to avoid a 3rd straight loss. You imagine how devastating that would be to Sean O'Malley's career if he loses 3 in a row. Granted, 2 were to the same guy, and it was Merab, who was just an animal. So they'd probably let him lose like 4 or 5 before they considered cutting him. But either way, man, Yadong has lost by decision 5 times before as well, including his last fight. So I like that O'Malley by decision prop. Main event. It's a banger. We got Justin Gaethje taking on Paddy Pimblett. You know, people hate this fight because the belt's on the line. I think if you just forget that the belt's on the line, this is a fucking great fight. Justin Gaethje, 26-5, 9-5 in the UFC. Paddy Pimblett, 23-3, 7-0 in the UFC. Gaethje has won 3 of his last 4 fights. Paddy has won 9 straight. Justin Gaethje is up there, 37 years old. Paddy still just 31 years old. I was very tempted to, again, take the dog here. I thought this is a very dog-heavy main card. But what I'm going to do instead is, again, play it safe and take the over 1.5. It's minus 225. I'm parlaying it with Fight Does Not Go the Distance and Cortes-Acosta. Derrick Lewis gets us plus 105. So I do like that parlay. Gaethje's hit the over 1.5 in 3 of his last 4, and Paddy's hit it in 4 of his last 5. Little work. Like I really can't see Justin finishing Paddy in the first. I could see Justin finishing Paddy, but not in the first. I think the only way this doesn't hit the over 1.5 is if Paddy subs him in under 1.5. And I also feel like this is an either-or fight where we either get like a Justin KO or a Paddy sub, or we just throw it out the window and it goes the distance. I don't fucking know, man. This fight's too hard to pick, so I'm going with the over 1.5. If you're looking for anything else to take, do like Gaethje as a dog, plus 195. He lands more strikes per minute. He has better striking defense. He's also got decent takedown defense. And Paddy has never landed more than 1 takedown in any of his 7 UFC fights. Like, sure, he's great at taking the back. He's not so great at getting you to the ground to then be able to take your back. 77% of Gaethje's wins have also come by KO, and Paddy leaves that chin up in the air. Yes, Scalzos can't be knocked out, but, you know, you leave it up there long enough, you can. Paddy by sub is plus 185. Majority of his wins have come by sub, and Gaethje's been sub twice before. And Fight NKO is plus 185. 53% of their combined pro fights have ended by KO.
I'm worth 100,000 like Woodrow. When a ball call me Wilson, going overboard at the Hilton.